Hello everybody, I hope you are all doing well. Okay, so in a previous video that I made last fall, what happened with the truck was I was having trouble in the snow when it was in four-wheel drive. The truck was just wandering like crazy. And then I made the video, we checked the front end and the front end was fine. And then it turned out that the tires were bad in the front. And so what I did was I took the two front tires off my work truck, which is not in service anymore. It's all rusted out and whatnot. Still runs good and everything, but okay, so I ended up putting these rims and tires on the front. And over the years, from the road salt and whatnot, I mean, I always tried to keep everything clean and polished, but the road salt just overtook everything here. So in today's video, what I wanted to do is I just want to do an experiment with the two front wheels here that I took off the work truck, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing as far as what kind of paint. I want to paint them blue because on the truck here we have like a blue stripe here, and it has a blue interior here, as you can see, and I want to see if I can restore these wheels here. What we'll be doing is I'm going to pull the front wheels off here. I took the wheels that I took off this and put on my work truck. I took them off the work truck because I'm going to have to put these wheels back on. These are just dirty. They're not pitted, you know, like the ones I just showed you. Yeah, so I took these wheels off so I could put them on the truck in case I have to use the truck. I mean, once the wheels are cleaned up, they look like this, you know. But I figured just for an experiment, I'm just going to do the thing where we'll wire wheel the wheels. I'll prime them, and then I'll paint them blue. And if I don't like it, I'll just get the tires switched over to the good rims that were originally on this. So let me go up and show you what kind of paint we're going to be using here. Okay, so after we get the wheels ready, I'll sand them down and everything. We'll use this Rust-Oleum primer, which is a gray primer. And I picked this color blue out, which is Sail Blue it's called. Rust-Oleum product here. Sometimes when I judge by the cap, the color of the cap, it's a whole different story when you paint the paint onto the rim. You know, I didn't want to go too light and I didn't want to go too dark with it. So I'm going to get the truck turned around. I'm going to jack it up. We'll pull the wheels off. Maybe in the meantime, I'll just throw the other wheels on the front of the truck. But once I get situated and I put one of the wheels on the bench here, we'll get started with the restoration. Okay, so the first thing you want to do if you're doing this, you may have wheel weights on the outside of the wheel here. So what you want to do is, what the heck did I do with that now? Oh, okay. I happen to have a tire crayon. So what I did was I just marked on the tire here a little bit where this weight goes back on. Now I don't have wheel weight pliers anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to pop this out with a small screwdriver, a thin screwdriver, and a hammer, and you're going to want to take the wheel weight off. So yeah, see if we can get under there with this, maybe here. If you just keep working, it'll eventually pop off. And then what I'll do is I'll just run this weight with the wire wheel just to shine it up some after we're done. Okay, so I have two types of wire wheels that I'm going to be using on the drill here. So one of them is this type here, and now I have this other type here to maybe get into the grooves and stuff like that here. So we'll see how we make out with this. I don't know how much of these pits and everything I'm going to be able to get out. So I don't know, it's leaving like swirly marks in here. These are aluminum rims. I don't know if I should have used like a lighter I'm just gonna go on and hope for the best here. And I'll bring you back as soon as I have the wheel cleaned up. Okay, so this worked out pretty good. It does have some blemishes in it, but I was able to clean it up with the wire wheel pretty good. And I was able to take this other brush that I was telling you about, and I was able to get in the corners here. We don't have to worry about inside the center too much because we have that black cap, the center cap that goes on there. So we're not going to go too crazy with that. I kept the lug nuts off of the wheels that we took off. I'm going to clean them up. I don't know if I'm going to paint them blue, maybe, or paint them silver. I'm not quite sure yet what we're going to do with that. And then I went ahead and I blew everything off with my air compressor here. And then I took some brake clean here. And I just washed the rim down real good. And I took our primer paint they're going to start off with here. And I shook the can up real good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to spray really light coats on here all the way around. And you just want to be careful. Even though I masked this off, you don't want to get any paint on the tires because it's a real pain to get off. So, alright, so I'm going to set the camera up and then I'm just going to prime it, start the prime, and then I'll take you off camera. And after I'm done priming this, I'll get the other wheel ready. I'll sand that all down and everything and do like I did with this. And I'll show you the complete thing after we paint it. And okay, so I'll be right back. The best way you really want to do this is to take the tire off the rim, but we don't have a tire machine. We're not equipped to do that. So we're doing the best we can without taking the tire off. So unfortunately, it would be really hard to tape up the valve. So that's going to end up getting painted, whatever, but we do the best we can here. I know the sun glare is going to be a problem here for me, but what else is new around here, right? I should be wearing a mask. I'm not. Either wear a respirator, even if you wear your COVID mask or whatever, you know. Easy does it. Take your time. Get your primer on there. Let your primer dry real good. And then you could go ahead and paint whatever color you're painting. In this case, we're painting blue, as you saw. Fortunately today, I shouldn't even say this, we have no wind right now. But that could all change. As long as I get these wheels all primed up today, I'll be happy with that. Whatever overspray, if you get overspray on the tire, sometimes they brake clean, we'll get it off. But you want to just try in the first place not to get any paint on the tires. That's going on pretty good and it's looking a lot better than I thought it would. I only bought 1 can of primer. I bought 2 cans of blue paint. I'm hoping I can get all 4 wheels done with the blue paint. Now the rear wheels on this aren't pitted because they're the original wheels that came on the truck. So I'm thinking maybe just I'll clean them real good. I won't sand them. And yeah, I'll clean them real good with the brake clean. And we'll just prime them and paint them. I don't know if this was the quick drying kind here that I bought. Sometimes you could buy some quick drying primer. This appears to be drying pretty quick here. But I might just give it some time to dry before I start on the other wheel. Today's Wednesday. I like to get this done by Sunday or so. This is a project that really had to be done. I had to get it done. Another problem I'm having, when I switched the tires that time, these tires seem to be a little worn on the inside. The tires that are on the back of this white truck now, they're like brand new. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to rotate the tires and put the 2 good tires on the front, and these will end up on the back. Let me take a good look around here. And I think this is pretty good here. I'll just show you this. And then I'll shut the camera off and then I'll come back to you after I put the blue paint on. I got some kind of shadow going on here, but it went out pretty good. I'm surprised. Looks pretty nice here. So I got the paint all in the grooves, all in the slots here. You want to make sure of that. So, all right. So I'm gonna just take 5 and let this. I'll let this dry real good. And then I'll put the blue paint on. I'll see you in about a second. Okay, so I'm very happy with the outcome on this. I think I put about 4 coats on here. And you'll be able to see it better once they're on the truck. Another thing I want to point out is, okay, so you got the masking tape all the way around. I suggest you wait until the paint is completely dry on the wheel before you remove the masking tape, in case you have a little mishap there and you hit the rim taking the tape off. I'm trying to get a good view on this here because I got the sun. It's not bad. I think it's okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off the table and put it in the shed in a safe place here, and then I'll go ahead and do the same thing with the other wheel. And then this wheel will end up going on the back because I told you about the tire is kind of worn on the inside. And probably the next time you'll see it, for you it'll be about a second. For me it'll be tomorrow after the paint's good and dry. It's been about 24 hours now and the paint is fully dried. And in the meantime, I took the wheel weights and I just went lately on the wire wheel to clean them up so they look pretty much presentable. And then I just took the lug nuts. I'm not going to paint them, I don't think, not today anyway. And I just wire wheeled them. I might go over a couple of these. They could look better, like this one, and this one looks pretty good here. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll remove the tape. I'll put the weight back on it, and I'll be right back. So it's going to rain any second here, it looks like. So we just take the tape off here. Okay, so in the coffee can, I just put all the lug nuts and the weights. This one just takes one weight. So if you remember, we made our mark here before we took the weight off. So we just take the hammer and we'll just bang that back on. And it looks pretty good, not bad. So what's gonna happen now is I'll take the other wheel, I'll put the weights back on that. I'll put them on the truck and then I'll bring you back and we'll see what they look like when they're on the truck. Well, sure enough, I got caught in the rain. It's raining right now. And I'm also not so sure I like the wheels blue like this. Maybe a little lighter color would have been better. Or we'll see what happens. I'm going to do the two front wheels, the ones I just took off the back here, that have more tread on them, and I'll do them. I'll put them back on the front after they're done, and then we'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll like it better, maybe I won't, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. So I'm not so sure I'll get anything more done today. Okay, so we started yesterday. It was Wednesday. I told you I wanted to be done by Sunday. This is the reason why. With rain, and then it's supposed to be I think pretty good tomorrow, but it's supposed to be in the 90s, so I'll get out here and start real early in the morning, and hopefully I can get it done. And I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I'm not really liking it too much right now, but all right, we'll see what happens. We have a change of plans here. I discussed it with my friend Richard Applegate, and he suggested that I take the two tires off the rear of the work truck, which are pitted also, but the tires are in pretty good shape here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refinish these wheels, and I'll prime them and paint them, and then I'll just end up putting the I'll put these two good rims back on the truck, because since I don't like this blue, I'm not really crazy about this. I could either go ahead and maybe just paint these blue rims. I could paint them silver, or I'll just run these tires, you know, after I paint them, I'll just run them till they're worn out, and then I could deal with it then. So yeah, that's gonna be it right now. Okay, so before I close the video, we do have one more wheel to go. And it's pretty windy today, so I'm just going to prepare the wheel, but I'm just going to recap how I do it. Okay, all right, so this tire here that was on the right rear of my work truck over there, it had a rim leak, so I took it up the road and they fixed it and they rebalanced it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, like I said, just make a mark on the tire here, right, before you take your weight off, so the tire will still be balanced when you bang the weight back on. You want to do that first. So once you have the weight off, I showed you that I used two different types of wire wheels. I used this one too, which was good to get into the sides in here, into the indentations. So what you want to do after that, after you're done sanding it all down, I have a compressor, so I used the compressor and blew this off real good with the compressor. But I don't like using anything harsher than brake clean. And what I did was I just sprayed brake clean on the rim here, and I wiped it down real good and make sure it was dry. And then what I did was I took the masking tape. I used like an extra wider. I don't have the masking tape out here right now, but I used like an extra wider masking tape. And just take your time and go around the edge here, all the way around. And you'll notice, because you're going on a turn here, the masking tape will be sticking up some here. Just leave that alone. And then what I did was I took another wide piece and just went around that inner part of the masking tape. So after that, what I did was I took the primer. Now the primer is good to use because it's a good base coat to your paint. And plus, any scratches or anything like that, the primer will cover it. It'll, cover any imperfections, which is good. Just do light sprays. Always keep your can moving, right? Put like a light coat on, just continue. If you stay in one place too long, then you're gonna have runs, and you don't want that. Let the primer dry, and you wanna do the same thing with the paint that you'll be using. Just do I always start in the center and work my way out. I find that the easiest way to do it. I just do light coats and just keep going around and around. So I ended up doing about 4 or 5 coats of paint. So I have the left side on the truck done, and I'm just going to take a walk over here and I'll show you how that came out. To me, the blue paint is a little too dark. I would have liked like a lighter blue. I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me and I'll like it. It would be very easy for me. I wouldn't go with the light blue. I wouldn't take any more chances with that. But if I was to do anything, I would just go back to painting them silver, which would be fairly easy. I would just have to take each wheel off and then just mask it. There'd be no sanding because you already have a good base coat of paint on there. And do the thing with the weights, mark the tire where the weights go, spray it silver, let it dry, bang the weight back on, you'd be done with it. So I would like you guys to give me an honest comment, viewers and subscribers, of what you think of this. I want to try to get I want to get the whole truck in frame if I can here. What you think of this blue. To me, it's too dark. I would have liked it to be lighter, but like I said, maybe it'll grow on me. But this is how it's gonna have to be. I don't know if I'll get to painting them silver if I decide I really don't like this, or maybe it will grow on me, like I said. I don't know. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody out the way I do it. This is just the way I do it. As far as preparation and the priming and the painting and so on and so forth. So like I said, I hope this helps somebody out here. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And stay safe.